Hi everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony and I have some very sad news to share. Famed, adored MTV host Ananda Lewis has passed away at the age of 52 after a long battle with breast cancer. And I first saw this story on Instagram. I was just uh, scrolling on Instagram and I saw where It's On Site posted it. And I Googled her because I wanted more details. I can remember her reportedly dating Maxwell, but I wanted a fuller life story. And of course, People magazine came through. So before we talk about the amazing Ananda Lewis, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And everything that I'm saying is alleged and just my opinion. So this is a huge loss. When I think of Ananda Lewis, I think of my childhood. It's very nostalgic. And she was a very popular, beautiful MTV host in the 90s and the early 2000s. So it's a huge loss for me. So, but let's talk about it all. So here she is, so gorgeous. She'll always be beautiful. And her sister, Lakshmi, announced her passing in a Facebook post that she shared today, Wednesday, June the 11th. She said that her sister is free and in his heavenly arms, alongside broken heart emojis and a black and white portrait of Ananda. Lord, rest her soul. Ananda became well known in 1997 when she was hired to be one of MTV's VJs, hosting shows like Total Request Live and Hot Zone. In 1999, the New York Times dubbed Ananda the hip hop generation's reigning it girl. She left MTV in 2001 to host her own talk show, The Ananda Lewis Show. I remember that show. I believe it came on ABC. It was short lived, but I remember checking it out. I would have been in college, but I definitely support it. And yeah, she did great. Ananda was always articulate, very relatable and warm. She would crack jokes. She would even reflect on whatever the topic of conversation was in her own life. She was just great all around. Lewis revealed in 2020 in an Instagram post that she had been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. She said that she had not been getting regular mammograms because of her fear of radiation. In October 2024, Ananda took part in a roundtable discussion with CNN's Stephanie Elam, her friend from college, and CNN anchor Sarah Sidner, in which she revealed that she went against medical advice and did not have a double mastectomy after she was diagnosed. And of course, her tumor spread, unfortunately, and her cancer progressed to stage 4. I remember that video. I remember seeing it on Instagram. And she basically took a more holistic approach. And People is going to have the quotes from that roundtable discussion. And I remember, like, since last fall, I've thought of Ananda off and on because I was thinking, I wonder, will something miraculous happen and she can turn around at stage 4? I don't know. Because when she did the roundtable discussion last fall, she still had a head full of hair. She looked like herself. She didn't even look sickly. So I guess I was just being hopeful and wishing on a star, wishing for a miracle. But let's read, her quotations from that discussion. So this is when she is explaining how she decided not to follow the doctor's orders to get the double mastectomy after being diagnosed with stage 3 in 2020. My plan at first was to get out excessive toxins in my body. I felt like my body is intelligent. I know that to be true. Our bodies are brilliantly made. I decided to keep my tumor and try to work it out of my body a different way. I wish I could go back. It's important for me to admit where I went wrong with this. In an essay she published in Essence in January of this year, Lewis emphasized that prevention is the real cure for cancer and urged women to pay attention to their bodies. When I was reading this article before I decided to record this video, I thought that was so important and significant what she said. Prevention is the real cure for cancer, to prevent it or catching it super early with the yearly mammograms. And she goes on to say, we're not meant to stay here forever. We come to this life, have experiences, and then we go, she wrote. Being real about that with yourself changes how you choose to live. I don't want to spend one more minute that I have suffering unnecessarily. That for me is not the quality of life I'm interested in. When it's time for me to go, I want to be able to look back on my life and say, I did that exactly how I wanted to. What do you all think about that paragraph that I just read from her article in Essence magazine just in January? I don't know if that means like she decided to continue to reject treatment because she didn't want to feel sick or lose a lot of weight, or I don't know what that means exactly, but she said that she did not want to spend one more minute that she has to suffering unnecessarily. So, I'm not sure, but in any event, Ananda was born in Los Angeles in 1973. Her parents divorced when she was just 2, and she and her sister Lakshmi moved with her mother to live with their grandmother in San Diego. In 1999, Ananda opened up to Teen People about her difficult relationship with her mother as a child and a teenager. Mom was overwhelmed from the get-go, devastated by the divorce and working hard to support 2 kids. But Ananda felt neglected and built up a lot of resentment towards her. And here's a picture of Ananda with like Justin Timberlake, some members of NSYNC, JC Chazes, he's on a song with Black, Baby Bring It All to Me. So this is nostalgic for me. This is 2000. NSYNC was like on top of the world, one of the boy bands. And back to Ananda's childhood. By the time I was 10, I'd become a belligerent, rebellious kid, and my mother and I were fighting about everything, she explained. Ananda attended an arts high school and spent time in school plays and volunteering. After graduating from Howard University in 1995, she landed a job as the host of BET's Teen Summit, which filmed in DC. In one episode, she interviewed then First Lady Hillary Clinton. Wow, that's amazing. So she graduated from Howard University in 1995. Howard is an amazing school. But someone who's on trial right now, a really big music producer, also attended Howard. He would have been a few years older than her, but that is amazing. College educated Black woman. And she worked on BET's Teen Summit, which is late 80s, early 90s, nostalgic for me as well. I would have been in elementary and middle school when Teen Summit was on. Xscape performed on Teen Summit. Lots of Black celebrities were on Teen Summit. Jada Pinkett Smith, back then she was Jada Pinkett. And Ananda interviewed Hillary Clinton. That was a major, major interview. That experience got Ananda noticed at MTV. And in August of 1997, Ananda moved to New York and started working there, she told Teen People. Months earlier, in December 1996, she reconciled with her mother after a period of estrangement. I decided to close the chapter on being hateful and resentful towards my mom and open a new one that focused on love, forgiveness, and appreciation for her. Ananda became one of MTV's most popular hosts. In the past, our talent was sometimes just pretty people who could read cue cards, Bob Kuzbit said. He was the then MTV Senior Vice President for Production. And he spoke about Ananda, but when we brought Ananda to MTV, we decided we were going to do a lot more live television. And I was first and foremost interested in her ability to do live TV. So, of course, when white folks want to take on something that's a little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult. Of course, then they want to experiment with the people of color. But Ananda Lewis was the right choice because she could handle it. Like I said earlier, she was always articulate, charming, relatable, down to earth, and very conversational when she interviewed people. She was a natural. Ananda interviewed celebrities including Destiny's Child, Brandy, NSYNC, Britney Spears, and many more. She also ended up covering heavier topics for the network, including violence in schools and the 2001 passing of singer Aaliyah, who was her close friend. And now they are reunited in eternity. And here's another picture of Ananda, just beautiful. I always wondered if she was like half Indian, half Black. I don't remember growing up if she ever explicitly said that or explained her ethnicity. But her sister is named Lakshmi. So that's definitely an Indian name. So I'm guessing Ananda could be an Indian name as well, but that would be my guess. In 2000, People magazine named Ananda one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. She also made frequent appearances at celebrity events. Even Prince was a vocal fan. He told the New York Times, Ananda is Cleopatra. You know she's a queen. Wow, that's major. Prince was a fan of Ananda. That is so cool. And Ananda left her MTV role in 2001 and began hosting her talk show. I wanted a change, she told Teen People at the time. It was a matter of proving to myself that I can do this. The series, which premiered September 10th, 2001, lasted one season. I remember it being a swift time with the talk show, but she still did that. That's amazing. Reflecting on the series To Shondaland, Ananda said, I wish I had stopped the people that wanted me to do the talk show and said, not yet. It's a little too early to do this. It was over KILL for me, just because, YouTube doesn't like certain words. Ananda says she was not happy with the show, explaining it wasn't what I felt like I signed up for. Ananda took a break from television and later appeared as a host on The Insider, a spinoff of Entertainment Tonight. She also appeared on the reality series Celebrity Mole, Yucatan, and hosted A&E's America's Top Dog and TLC's While You Were Out. Ananda also became a contractor and carpenter. Wow, good for her. So she had many talents, and being a carpenter and a contractor, that was definitely some steady income. I am not mad at it. So MTV News shut down in 2023, and Ananda reflected on it in a statement to People. A pillar of creative and diverse speech is crumbling. MTV News covered things no one else could. We could get inside the trailer with DMX and Korn as they were taking historic concert stages. Artists trusted MTV News to tell their stories. When I think of MTV News, I think of Ananda Lewis, I think of Kurt Loder, and them interviewing Snoop Dogg and Tupac constantly in the 90s. I remember Snoop Dogg making a joke saying, yeah, Kurt, I watch MTV News. There was a Saturday morning show called The Weekend Rock when I was growing up in the 90s. And Snoop said, yeah, I watch The Weekend Rock to see what court hearings I got coming up. See when I got to be in court, and making a joke because MTV would cover, any legal situations involving the rapper Snoop Dogg. So this is all making me nostalgic. It's making me remember like my childhood and music and MTV. And Ananda added, even though I was technically a VJ, I did many specials with MTV News and know firsthand what a huge loss this is for the culture of music and all who love it. And us losing you, Ananda, is a huge loss to the culture for sure. In 2011, Lewis welcomed son Langston with Harry Smith, the brother of Will Smith. So when I read this article, I said, oh my gosh, I did not remember her son being the nephew of Will Smith. And she is survived by her son. So he is only 14 years old. He has already lost his mother. That is like a soft spot for me because I too have lost my parents. I lost my mom, and she had early onset Alzheimer's, and it was really tough. So when I see a young person, a kid, lose their mom, my heart just goes out to them. But I know Langston has his aunt Lakshmi and his dad and his uncle Will Smith. So he will certainly be supported. But I want to go back up to a picture of Ananda. She'll always be young and beautiful and vocal and confident and talented. And I will certainly miss her. And she is a huge staple in my childhood. So God bless you, Ananda Lewis. I know that you are in heaven with God, and no more suffering, no more worrying about how you're going to physically feel or what the cancer is going to do. You are free from all of that now. And I'm just really sorry for the loss, though. So definitely leave your condolences in the comments. If you have any, special memories of Ananda, leave those in the comment section as well. I thank you all so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And I will talk with you all soon. Goodbye.